Hi there, and welcome yet again to the Tarot Show with Nick Dutch. My name's Nick Dutch, and this is my tarot show. This is a place where you can come and you can request tarot readings. And I've got a massive, serious apology to give each and every single one of you regular viewers because I have not been doing tarot show videos for a long period of time. There's simple reasons for this. Time. Okay? Simply time. I've been getting politically active locally. I've been doing my writing. Of course, I've been doing my work. I've been getting very heavily involved with the church community. I've got another couple of other communities I'm involved with. I'm trying to help them out. On top of that, I have to get videos out on my main YouTube channel, so that's also been taking up my time, as well as wanting to plan things for the Get Me Off Grid video blog. Some of them I still have yet to do, and that's basically, extra pressure. So I'm basically piling like loads of rubbish onto myself right now for me to basically get done, and I've got to get on and do that. On top of that, there's the speaking club I'm a member of, and I've got to carry on practicing my speeches for that as well. And it's all really rather a lot. But right now I've set aside a teeny bit of time in which I can try and get this done for you. I can go through some of the readings which you've been sending through over all the time in which you've been sending through readings, and I'll see what I can do. As I can tell from the list which is out there on my Gmail account, the email address is nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, which is where you send your requests to readings to, okay? I've got a lot to get through, so we're going to crack straight on. Make sure if you want to have a reading done on this particular YouTube channel, send it by email, not by private message, okay? Not in the comment section, because that's very naughty, okay? You send it through by email to the email address nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, then I can get straight back onto it. Some of you asked about the first book that I've written most recently, and that's called Astral Projection and Skeptical Occultism. The word skeptical spelled with a C, not a K in this particular case, okay? Of course, by Nick Dutch, and you can search for that on whichever sites you use. Kobo is one of them. It's also on Amazon. I think it's on Kindle. It's out there. There's ebook versions and there's Kindle versions, and the print version will and should be coming with a DVD if everything goes according to plan. So essentially, there's extra cool stuff for you to get for there. But enough of me plugging my my commercial stuff. As I'm still working on the next book on lucid dreaming at the moment. Going to get back to that tonight. Okay, and I'll just crack straight on with the readings, and we'll just crack through them one at a time. Bear with me a second, please. Okay, Manny S is curious about the possibility of getting a new job soon. Let's have a quick look and see what the tarot says. I'll quickly shuffle for you, show you how I'm doing it. Okay. Shuffling at high speed can be difficult because sometimes you don't always get like the cards lined up properly, and so you lose some randomness that way, which is bad. You're aspiring to get the cards as random as possible. A totally new deck or a totally old deck can be very difficult. This is a totally old deck, so naughty Nick Dutch must go and get yourself another pack. Oops, that was a bad shuffle. We'll do a better one now. There we go. Alright, let's see what the reading says about the developments in your career and your work side of things. Now, my desk is a mess at the moment because I've been so busy I haven't actually been able to tidy everything up. So I'll just have to hold the cards up for you there. There we go. I don't know whether you can see that there. Take a good look. Right, let's go through them like bit by bit and one by one and see basically what your spread is talking about. Chronological spread, 4 cards in this particular case. The end result is the best one, okay? Because the end result there, you've got an earth sign. Okay, it's reversed. It's still talking about there being some issues you'll be dealing with in a longer term future, but the main message is that of stability. Now, in these economic times, when you got stability, you'd be grateful for it, okay? So something is happening. It feels to me as if it's something which is, the wheels are turning right now in your life, because essentially the very short-term future and overlapping with the here and now is speaking about connections, all right? The way that the High Priestess card is expressed in this one particular tarot pack, it just reminds me of a net or a web or interconnected parts. Maybe you've already been reaching out using a good CV or resume and speaking to the right quality of people who can help you as far as getting, that side of your life sorted out. It appears to be around about the here and now. So somehow you're moving in the right direction, but don't forget to tweak your methodology here and there to make sure you're getting the right result for yourself, because obviously survival, bread and butter, that's really important. A bit of a message there to don't forget not to forget about looking after yourself, okay? because the High Priestess, the Empress card in this particular case is the nurturing energy. Actually, the Empress card was derived from a Catholic image, a Catholic Christian image for Mary, because it said that when she rose into heaven, she had a halo of 12 stars and a moon at her feet. Okay, and that's one of the ways in which the Empress has been portrayed in some early tarot packs. Okay, and I think you can see in this particular deck there is in fact a couple of lunar images there. All right, and there is a sense of there being a circle or a halo around it to a certain degree. Okay, so it's some of the similar ideas, but adjusted to obviously what the creator of this particular tarot deck was talking about. So you may be finding yourself putting a lot of pressure on yourself at this time in your life. So be careful of that. And make sure you carry on looking after yourself. I always say the same things: diet, nutrition, exercise, and sleep. Okay, the 4 most important things you can look after in your life. So bear that in mind too. But your long-term result appears to be okay. Okay, Endu. You've got a lot of issues going on there. Seems like it's very painful stuff for you right now. Okay, let's have a quick look and I'll just see if we can get some kind of sense of a resolution for you, and we'll just take it from there bit by bit. Alright, bear with me a second please. Here we go. Alright. Okay, similar method. Okay, chronological spread, 4 cards. Alright, but in this particular case it's difficult, okay, because the sense is that of needing to continually plan for the next stage. It's like you're on perpetually shifting sands with this situation. It's almost like something else comes along, or there's an extra accusation which doesn't seem to fit the bill, so you feel like there's a lot of pressure on you, and the people you're asking me to read on at the moment also feel it, okay, a sense of very literal oppression. It feels definitely very fiery, almost as if this is an emotional suffering, and even when it's past, and the accommodation side of things is sorted out, there's space and everything's okay, there's still going to be a healing time to go through to get like the mental clarity for everybody, and to be released from that sense of learning from the negative and being brought into the positive. Okay, now further on down the line, okay, still a sense of celebration as far as, I mean, your question was, is this going to end in the normal way and become more normal sort of thing? To which I would have to say yes, but you've still got a bit of a fight to go. Alright, your medium-term signs, okay, 6 of Swords, I carry on mentioning that, I love that card, but it does talk about further planning and preparing. So it looks like you're going to go through one sort of like lumpy obstacle, followed by thinking like there's more stuff to be achieved here, and needing to plan further forward as a result of things which are going to come to light in your short-term future. Final results, again, same kind of message, not looking too bad. Okay, Pamela, let's have a quick look and see for yourself what's coming through for you, basically. Okay, general methodology, same thing, combination of tarot and anything else that's coming through. Slightly different methodology this time, okay, slightly different style of spread. But we're going to go into it bit by bit. Let's have a quick look. Okay, this is based very loosely upon the here and now part of the Celtic cross spread. No, I'm just going to say straight out no. I don't think you need to worry about there being negative spirits around you, okay? Just put that way of thinking aside. As far as obstacles are concerned, yes, there's a feeling of that, sense of strife and struggle without the shadow of a doubt, okay? The here and now part of the reading, designed like this, okay? Let's try and explain this from you know, the way it is bit by bit. Your vertical top and bottom signs, strife and struggle, with a sense of knowing that there is completion and wholeness around the corner. That's in your deep subconscious mind. Some kind of like plan for your future, which you've always wanted to happen, but you've always found obstacles getting in the way. That's the way it's seeming in the here and now. Well, in the here and now, the way that you're aware of it. Okay, now the way that you are at the moment is almost like a fear of treachery from other people. Right, fear of treachery from some external force, but also trying to overcome that and move forward with your life. So it almost feels like you're perpetually experiencing obstacles here, there, and everywhere. And trying to get beyond that, you're finding one of the more difficult things in the world. So have a quick look on the reflection of the past part of the reading and the anticipation of the future. Very good, very beautiful. Reflection on the past, okay, powerlessness. You've been held back. You're still experiencing in the here and now some of these shadows from things which have happened in the past. That's basically what it's saying now, despite the fact that some of the issues and obstacles have been cleared up. Okay, so you need to work upon yourself up here and in here so that you don't feel the same negativity you've done before. Anticipation of the future, stability, but also change in a better way. So it's not the stable state of insecurity you've had before, but it's a new stability and creating change. Now we're going to expand the reading, do short-term, mid-term, and long-term future, okay, and see what the feeling is there, okay. Alright, we got a bit of a reiteration coming through here, which I think is very positive indeed. And in fact, if I was given this future part of the reading spread, I'd be very happy indeed anyway. Short term, still maintaining your inner strength and balance and trying to get some kind of harmony, despite the fact that the whole world still seems to be pushing on your shoulders. Then, mid-term future, bam, that's re-echoing what was in the anticipation of the future part of the reading, because the Magician card can speak of new beginnings, and it goes along with the message of change. But it almost feels like that's come out of studying a situation. It's a mercurial sign, studying, using your intelligence, your creative, rational thinking, to be able to bring about some change. Now, as far as the unexpected part of the reading is concerned, some big obstacle is going to be defeated, all right? Now, that's going to be something in which, like, bam, just like the air is going to change. You're going to feel like the whole atmosphere associated with some kind of block and obstacle changing, leading to an almost childlike state of peace and balance. All right, an almost childlike state of happiness. Now, at the very outside, and this is a pessimistic time frame, bear that in mind. It could take like 9 months to a year. Okay, that's the pessimistic time frame. My opinion is that it could well be a lot sooner, okay? Because a pessimistic time frame is a pessimistic time frame. I don't want to turn around to you and say it's going to be soon, but essentially it might still take time for everything to work out, and make sure you carry on applying your own reason and rationality to everything, okay? So keep on top of the problem. Okay, Brittany, you're wondering about the individual who's coming back into your life and whether someone else new is going to come in. Let's have a quick look. Romantic issues are important. Don't let anybody say otherwise, okay? Because you need to know where you stand. So romantic issues are important. So think very deeply about the symbols and the signals that someone's given off to you, and whether that fits in with your plan, okay? And we'll see what the reading says, okay? Here we go. Okay, interesting. First and foremost, I'm going to show you a card which is very, very, very positive, but doesn't seem like it. The Lightning Struck Tower. You know why it's a positive card? Do you? Do you? Because its original name was the House of God, and it speaks of a bolt from the blue coming in unexpectedly, turning your world upside down. Okay, a bolt from the blue. That is actually and can be a good card. Turning your world upside down can be seen as being difficult, but on the other hand, your question, because it's like a three-way reading. There's your question, there's the things I'm seeing and the things I'm feeling. Okay, your question was essentially about the potential for someone new coming into your life, to which that is giving you a strong answer of yes, and that's coming out very short-term future. So yes, that's there. Okay, don't let your own negativity take that away from you. Okay, sometimes you can allow your doubts, your fears. I'm just the same. Okay, we're human. You can allow that negativity to get in the way of you getting the results you're after, and that's leading on to a very bright sunny card. Okay, but the Nine of Cups, the energy of that is very celebratory, very happy, very bright, but can sometimes not take into account some of the other basic issues that you really need to be paying attention to under some circumstances in life itself. All right, so you still need to keep aware. So with the first card, you need to keep aware so you don't allow your negativity to get in the way. With the second card, you've got to carry on being positive. All right, once the good new individual is in your life, but don't allow the positivity to stop you from being practical and down to earth. All right, these are the ways in which the reading is suggesting to me that you can get the success and achievement that you're after, and that's bringing about a very good, very down to earth, very positive sense of positivity. Essentially, the Nine of Coins there, which re-echoes the message of the Nine of Cups, is talking about gain and pleasure, okay, but it's also taking it from a very different point of view because of consistency and stability. Just like the Three of Coins, for those of you who are learning tarot, can speak about hard work being done or a need to do hard work, the Nine of Coins is talking about having achieved it and having got it. But it's getting to a good level and learning how to stay there, which is the difficult bit, okay? Falling in love isn't hard. Keeping it can be hard, if you get my drift, all right? So that's when flexibility and learning on both sides of things has to happen to make sure you get the results you're after. Okay, Tricia, let's have a quick look and see what the reading says for yourself. Because of the issue with this individual involved in, you're concerned about cheating, and so on and so forth. Okay, cheating is also a very big, very serious issue which needs to be addressed. And having a conversation with someone like myself who is removed from the situation can be a good thing. Now, if you don't feel that this reading that I'm doing for you today on the tarot show is sufficiently in depth, then there's always the other way of doing it. Get on the phone with me, okay? If I remember, I'll probably put links in the information box down below. And, just give me a call. We can do an email reading, whatever, and we'll try and make it so that you get the right quality of results that you're after. Obviously, I haven't done a tarot show for a long while now, so essentially the situation may have changed and moved on, but I can only read upon it from the moment you sent me that message. That's something else you also need to remember. But here we go anyway. Okay, 8-card relationship reading. You know the score, you know the setup. You've been watching the show, long enough. We'll see what's kind of things is coming through for you, okay? Right. It's not a question of destruction, but it is a question of understanding where each other's coming from and using conversation to overcome presuppositions about difficulties. That's what the forces between the two of you is talking about. Okay, it's an air stroke fire sign, but it can be communication orientated. But the whole energy of it is basically very difficult when it comes to matters of the heart. All right, that's why the heart symbol is there, basically being pierced by 3 swords at the foot of the card, right there. So it feels uncomfortable romantically, and it does feel like there's interference from different directions. But that's because of lack of clarity. That's not because of infidelity. Okay, lack of clarity as opposed to infidelity are 2 very different things. Now, as far as the individual you're involved with and their energy, a slow developer, slow learner, but still trying to progress in the right direction, and also strong romantic signs. Both of these cards are reversed. I carry on using the word sign to mean card, don't I? It's a bit of a silly thing of me to do, but never mind. The cards are reversed. Does that mean, oh, everything's terrible? No, what it means, okay, is slow and steady development in the right direction, okay, if the energy and the feeling is right. Now, considering that the message I got from the force between the two of you was that of a need to get clarity, I would say that once you've got the clarity, it's another block, boom, being taken away from you to allow a future to emerge. But it's a critical moment, okay? The word crisis means things could either get a lot better or a lot worse, but the responsibility is on your side of things to make sure you can make sure everything get better, which is, of course, difficult because we never want that to happen. We always want the other person to suddenly turn into Prince or Princess Charming, don't we? So that they will automatically do what we already know that they should be doing, but that's not the way it is in reality. In a good relationship, reiteration, saying the same things over again to make sure it sinks in, is one of the most important things that you can do. Alright, which is sometimes more powerful than screaming at them saying, why did you do that? You say, well, this is what I'd rather you did. And use phrases such as, I feel bad about this because, rather than, what the heck are you playing at? Okay, if you change the accent to the words, that can work miracles in the relationship itself. That's important. Now, on your side of things, you know something good is happening here. You can feel it in your bones, okay? Success, achievement, all right, sense of this is the right person, the energy there is right, the character is right, the energy there with the feeling of connectivity is right. You definitely feel this person when they're not around, but you can't understand why, on the basis of you feeling this way, that they aren't quite, or they didn't seem to be quite operating well with you. And that's because they're a slow learner and slow developer. So there's issues there with them, not with you, right? Progression. This is when you're going to have to use your skills big time. Knowing when to be cautious and knowing when not to be cautious. Good quality loving signs. That sense of caution, but also that sense of it's still a journey, but it's still a journey that has direction to it. Okay. It's not a impossible relationship, and it looks like it is a possible future. Okay, Joan Chen. You've raised a very interesting question. Because this one, if you're someone like me and you do tarot for a living, people will always talk about soulmates and twin flames. Okay, they will always do it. Okay, this is interesting. All right, but from what I've seen, and I'm telling you, like 6 years I've been working on Keen. I started doing tarot readings and psychic affairs when I was 19 years of age, roughly, or was I younger? I can't remember. I think I was younger. Either way, and I'm 38 now, and I was doing tarot on and off before then, way back to about the age 16. I've done a lot with tarot, and I've done a lot talking to people who've got the strong faith in the soulmate concept, but they don't know where this came from. It came out of forms of Jewish mysticism, the way I understand it, okay? And it speaks about someone who you are predestined to be with, but it doesn't necessarily happen in this lifetime. So when we're talking about a soulmate in this lifetime for you, what are we talking about? We're talking about a stage in the connection. Okay, a stage in the connection, the soulmate stage leading on to the life partner stage. And you can turn that person into your life partner through working well in that soulmate stage. So essentially, I would believe that on the basis of what you've told me, that this individual that you're talking about, okay, was in the soulmate stage of life with you at that time, but it didn't yet move into life partner. Okay, that's why there's been a breach of communication, and that's why there's still been some difficulties. So I think you need to be forgiving against this person, and I'll do a quick spread to see whether they're going to come into your life. Bear with me a second, please. I believe you may see them again, but I'm not sure whether this is a romantic connection, because I've got a bit of a sense of there being a new and very passionate development for you. But it's a new one, not one coming back from the past. Okay, and very quickly, I do not read upon speculation or gambling. Okay, naughty, naughty. Some things I just don't touch. Okay, they often have technical issues on some of the greatest TV shows in the world, and this is one of the many ones, okay? The wonderful thing about batteries from 99p stores is they cost 99p. One of the worst things about batteries from 99p stores is that they don't last all that long. So I've had to put a fresh set in. So don't worry about that, I'm back on track. So Elizabeth O, okay, right, one more time. Your question was about marriage with children, okay, and also money. As far as marriage is concerned, that'll be a free will issue once you reach that level of connectivity with someone. So essentially that's in your hands, that's not necessarily in mine. Alright, but what I have done is a small spread in which I've covered the subject of romantic love of a level that you will be happy with when moving further forward into the future. The very fact I've got the moon card coming out is coming out as a strong positive, okay, a strong objective good, which makes me feel that yes, you could actually bring that about into your life. So you don't need to be too concerned. And there's a strong sense of warmth associated with that, possibly coming through your midterm future, a couple months down the line from now, festive season and onwards. I would say early part of next year will be very good for you to basically start that connection big time. But keep your perception going. The other message of the moon card is like your sensory perception, not just your third eye and your heart chakra, okay, but your physical ones, your eyes and your ears. Pay attention to the way people are behaving towards you, and then that'll help you to be able to make it happen. Okay, Melissa, you want me to see whether he's going to stay in your life? Okay, he's going to come back into your life. Let's have a quick look. Bear with me a second, please. I'm sorry that this has had to happen to you, but, some men are bastards, basically. I mean, it's very difficult, okay, and the whole subject you're discussing is very difficult anyway. But 8-card relationship reading, here we go. Okay, yeah, there's still some positive signs here, but you need to be the one to reach out and talk to him, basically, big time. Big, scary adult grown-up conversation time, if you take into account what we're seeing here. On your side of things, conflict, needing your inner strength. On his side of things, confusion of priorities, as well as a desire to start a new beginning for himself. Now, essentially, he could make that new beginning start with yourself. I mean, the feelings of defeat and negativity being slowly taken away from you, yes, but that's, of course, with further jiggery pokery when it comes to sorting out this life in this difficult situation, okay? So that's what you've got to really sort of like keep aware of when you move further forward into the future. Short-term, mid-term, and long-term future, there we go. And once again, I've shuffled very thoroughly. We've got the same card coming through, 2 of coins. We've had that before. So it's not going to be immediately. This is the darkness you're currently in at the moment, the coldness, all right? But it's moving on to a time of change and transformation, which can then also lead to love. So this is someone who is important to you. This is someone who I feel feels the importance of you in his life, but is also a very confused individual. And the fact you're dealing with a confused individual makes it even harder. So you'll have to work at this. It's going to be difficult, but just do it, okay? All right, well, those are the only readings I'm doing today. We've got more coming through, okay, more to be done. But if you want to have a reading done, You can get it, and the way that you can get it is quite simply send me an email to nickdutchtarot@gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to oblige and to help and to assist in whatever way I can. And no questions upon pregnancy, medical matters, childbirth, gambling, speculation, okay? Alright, there's plenty of other people out there on YouTube who do wonderful videos about stuff, okay? They do videos about, you know, stock trading and all that kind of stuff. They're the people who are more likely to actually know stuff about that rather than myself, okay? With medical matters, you go to a doctor. With pregnancy, you go to a doctor, and so on and so forth. You know the score. The tarot is a wonderful tool, okay? But on the other hand, there's certain things we can do and certain things that we shouldn't do. So that's something you also got to bear in mind. Now, one more thing, okay? I'm also doing life coaching. Okay, as well as doing tarot, I'm having more in-depth conversations with people, and I do it via Skype. I've set up a website about my life coaching service, which is called Oxford Therapeutic Coaching. And there should be a link to that down below as well. So if you want to have a different type of service, and you don't want to have one which is full of all of the psychic stuff, but you still want to be able to talk to someone who knows stuff, then essentially I'm up for that as well. So you can contact me via that. I can give you my Skype address, and what we can do is we can have the conversation over Skype and take it bit by bit. Alright, so I'm looking forward to listening to you, helping you, doing whatever healing I can within the remits of my services, and we'll speak again very soon. Thank you very much for your time, for watching the whole show, and keep your emails coming in. God bless.